A car faints when see the price of diesel in a Spanish gas station, which reaches the value of 2 euros per liter. We are talking with Natalia Moreno, who is at the University of Malaga.
Good morning. Indeed, we are talking to this wonderful teacher on behalf of the group.
An innovation project carried out by some recently graduated girls has caused a stir, not only in Spain but also in Europe. Our students have become role models for other centers with their updated bedtime stories, thanks to the publicity that they have given to their work taking advantage of social networks. Thousands of linguists have been interested in meeting those girls. We are on air with Kendall Williams, PhD in Translation and Language Science at the University of Minnesota.
Good morning, ladies. I'm interested in how you came across this idea.
First of all, we'd like to thank the media and experts for being interested in our project, and on the other hand, we convey the apologies of the rest of my colleagues for not being here. This idea is a result of the needs identified during our stay. We consider it essential to address certain problems from the English area, such as gender stereotypes and the increasing distance between family members. At the beginning, the project had much less scope, but we saw an exquisite opportunity when we discovered that a large percentage of students had never read stories with their family before bedtime.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And I'd like to make another point regarding family time. In both popular and scholarly literature, the bedtime story is conceived as a natural way for parents to interact with their child on bedtime. In a scaffolding dialogue, the mother points and asks, "What is this?" or "What is that?" in order to provide verbal feedback and a label.
That's it. And how have you approached this topic? As it is widely known that traditional tales are characterized by promoting strong stereotypes. In fact, this is one of the cross-cutting themes of our proposal, since we conceive these traditional tales not only as a trigger, but also as the purpose for students to create new alternatives through the reflection on the adjectives that are usually assigned to the female and male character in stories. We provoke students by making them wonder about everything and more.
Yeah, what springs to mind when we talk about this is the importance of designing and motivating syllabus, but also bearing in mind that they have to be relevant for students. These traditional tales reflect and reinforce the patriarchal values of society that crafted them, and consequently, children create notions about how men and women should behave based on that information as they grow older. Tales are indeed
Thank you very much for your accurate word, Mrs. Williams. We really appreciate them, but we already want to get fully involved in the project.
First, we present a story to get children's attention and contextualize what would be the final task.
Wait. Oh my god, we have the story!
Once upon a time there was a beautiful and huge castle by the sea. Dragon was very skittish dragon, and he thought the world was grey and full of danger. One day he saw the shadow of a chair and thought it was a monster. Another day he heard a thunderstorm, but actually he thought they were bombs.
Until one day he heard something that really shocked him. It was a high-pitched sound that seems to come from ghosts. Dragoch, who was a bit of a clumsy dragon, decided that breathing fire from his mouth was the best option to defend his castle. Luckily, there weren't ghosts. It was Mary, the mermaid. Mary, who was very brave, saw the fire in the castle and went over to see what was happening. She was shocked when she saw a frightening dragon for the first time. That's why she decides to calm him down using her voice.
Drago realized that they weren't ghosts, but a beautiful melody. So he took courage and opened the great windows of his castle to see the outside world. Little by little, he discovered that his fears were nothing more than a state of mind. A million adventures awaited him. How colorful, diverse, and beautiful it was. His imagination played tricks on him.
That is how all begins. Then, an activity in which students have to find out the adjectives in the story and reflect about them is carried out. Later, they'll go ahead with their wild, crazy, diverse, and no stereotype stories. Finally, all the stories will be collected in a digital collaborative book.
It's so interesting, girls. A very cool app comes to my mind, and I would like to share it not only with you but also with the rest of teachers who are watching us. It's Sketch Meta Lab. This app allows us to animate any type of drawing or sketch, which would translate into a great motivation for students and also a better management of ICT. And how did young learners cope with writing such a long tale?
Offering them support through flashcards, typical story expressions, linkers, already known grammar structures, and above all, a good model to follow.
And what did they have to write this story about? I mean, did they have any requirements?
Being aware of the advantages of creative writing, we introduce different Ds with the continent, the place where the plot unfolds, and a personal object to include.
Hang on, what's that about the continent?
That's another important aspect we haven't mentioned yet. We take advantage of the mythological characters typical of each continent so that the students meet cultures and realize the benefits of cultural richness through a game that we have designed.
Well, and where does TikTok come from?
We propose it as a way to visualize what we were doing in the school, and in the end it has gone viral. It was really just to spread our stories and their values and broaden the students' horizons.
And those stories, where could we find them?
Sure, when looking for the new trend in TikTok, you can find the link to the stories in the description.
A long time ago, we made
To some extent, the main issue here is the assessment. I guess you only evaluate the final product, right?
Actually, we didn't. For us, the process is fundamental, and we also facilitate the rubric before doing the different tasks to ensure better performance.
My sincere congratulations for your work. It was amazing.
We have to get going, but we have a surprise for you. The TikTok the teachers made to inspire students.
Thank you, Natalia. The innovative proposals that are being carried out in Malay universities are outstanding. We encourage you to join this trend, and we continue now with other breaking news.